Hello guys, this is Noel from Teaching Medicine, and today again I'm gonna have a great lesson for you. Hope you enjoy it. See you then. Hello guys, welcome back. Today I'm gonna show you how to use Excel. Let's open it up. It is opened. And then I'm gonna move my mouse over more templates. It looks like this. Now I'm scrolling down to show you more templates. All of those are templates within Excel itself. Templates are elements that you can use to prepare your own sheet depending on what you want. You can remove whatever it's there and then replace them with your own information. If what you need is not there, you can just type it in that search box and then you'll find it. Okay. And then today we're not gonna use any of those templates. We're gonna be using a blank workbook. This is why I'm gonna click on it. Now Excel interface shows up. Excel is a financial application, and today I'm gonna use it to prepare a household expenses from month to month or monthly to yearly expenses. Okay, let's begin. In cell A1, I'm gonna type household expenses. In cell A2, I'm gonna type monthly, yearly expenses. I press enter. In cell B3, I'm gonna type mortgage, which is going to be my first expense for the month. I press tab key on my keyboard to jump from one cell to the other. Now, cell C3, electricity, utilities, all of those are payment, car payment, car insurance, fuel, on bill, credit card payment, gym payment, clothing purchases, dentist, cinema, miscellaneous, and then total. Now I'm done with the title of all expenses I'm gonna have from month to month. Now I'm done with the title of every items that I think I'm gonna be paying for every month. Now let's say I want to add another item. I can click anywhere I want to insert it. Let's insert it somewhere there. Then I click the column. This is column I right click on it, insert, and then I insert a new column. I'm gonna call this one TV Internet. Okay. Now I'm gonna tab the months, starting with January. And then I'm not gonna spend time typing all the other ones. I'm just gonna copy them down with my mouse clicking in for A, cell A 4. I move my mouse equals right there in that little square. Then I wait until it changes to that course. I click and hold, drag it down until I see December, which is my last month. Okay. Now it is too small to hold all those months. It is too small, so I'm gonna move my mouse between A and B columns. Then I click and hold it to increase the pixel. Now I can see everything clearly. And then in cell A16, I'm gonna type total. This total gonna give me how much money that I paid or I spent every month on my house, or I paid as expense on my mortgage. Okay. And then I'm gonna select B3 to P3. I'm gonna decrease that to 10 on font group. In font group, this is font group 11. I click on it. Font size, I make it 10. Font group still, while I'm there, I click on the B to bold it. Let's bold the title. Okay. And then let's increase the size of each one of those columns or each one of those cells so you can see everything clearly. I'm increasing the cells so I can see everything. Okay. And then for my amount, I'm gonna send everything. Right now it's left alignment. I'm gonna go back to font group again, not font group, alignment group. This is those are the months. I want to send them to right alignment. Now they are on left alignment. I want to add them or put them or send them to the right of the cell. Alignment group, I click alignment right. Okay. Now let me start typing the money that I spent. For my mortgage, I'm gonna pay every month $1,389, $89.12. Okay. This is payment for my mortgage, $1,387.12. This gonna stay constant, meaning I'm gonna pay that amount every month. Therefore, I can copy the same amount down. Okay, I used this, copy down, or the fill handle. This little element is called fill handle. That little square next to is called fill handle. I use the fill handle to copy everything down because it's gonna be the exact same thing. Okay, this is gonna stay constant. For electricity, I'm gonna pay $65.55. Okay, this is gonna stay constant or static. I'm gonna copy it down. Okay, just like that. For utilities, the first month I'm gonna pay $34.67. I'm gonna spend $0, $0, $0 because since we do not pay that, I do not pay that every month. I'm gonna pay the same amount again, and then 0, 0, 0, same amount again, 0, 0, 0. Okay, my car payment, let's say it's gonna stay static. Okay, then I'm gonna be paying 243 56. Remember again, those are made up numbers. Okay, you can just make up your own numbers. Okay. Now for car insurance, I'm assuming that is gonna stay constant. Okay, with that amount, 67.23 cents. I'm gonna copy the cell again, or I'm gonna copy the amount up to December. Okay. I'm using the fill handle. This element is called fill handle. You click and hold your mouse down and then copy it. Now for fuel, this might be dynamic because you may spend different amount on whenever you go and fill up your car. Let's say the first time you spend about um, this like that. Then the second time you went and then you 110 80. Next time you went, you kind of went pretty much 105. 17. What else? Another 120. Those are made up number. Another 89. Another 89. 89. 89. Let's say 90. 100. 67.90. 55. 120 again. 95. 110. Those numbers represent how much you spent every month on fuel. Okay. Your phone bill, let's keep that static. Okay. Your TV and internet, let's keep that static as well. You click this cell and then you go across that corner right there where you see the mouse is moving. Now it's across that. This is fill handle again. I click on it, drag it down. Okay. Drag it down until December. Now for my car payment, now for my credit card payments, let's say 72 16 every month. This stays static, constant. Okay. Jam, let's say I pay 99. This gonna stay constant. Then up to this, let's say there you miss a payment, and there you can gonna compensate for the next payment plus interest. It's gonna give you 90, I believe 98. Okay, and then you go back to paying normal, and then you copy it. Okay. For close, this gonna be dynamic because you're gonna spend different type of you're gonna spend different amount. The first time you purchased, okay, 150, 67. You do not purchase anything there, and then you went back again, you purchased $89. You purchase none, okay, 34 on something. Then for December, you spend $200. Okay. Dentist, you went there for only one time to see a specialist about this, and then okay, you spend $0, and then let's say you went there again, you spend about the same amount, and then all of those zeros you can just copy it down again. This is it because you went there twice. For cinema, let's say you spent $12.89 first time. Since you have TV and internet at home, You don't really spend that much. You don't really go out with some friends, and then you kind of, let's say, zero, zero. Okay, and then let's copy those zeros. And then for December, you want out again, you spend another $36.89. So for miscellaneous, you spend another 62, another 89. Remember, those are random numbers, those are made up numbers. 70, another 15, $16, 76, 65, 93, 127, 54, 71, 78, 89, 254, and $90. Okay, those are your expenses, okay, for last year. Money that you spent every month from January to December. Okay, now let's add up everything that you spent for the first month, January. Now in Excel, you can do it manually. You can let the system does it for you. Right now, we're gonna make the system. Right now, we're gonna apply. Right now, we're gonna use it just like right now. Right now, we're gonna let Excel do it for us. In editing group, we click on that Sigma command, and then we select Excel, assuming that this is what we want to add. This functions is adding. We're gonna add B4 to O4. As you can see, if you look up there, this is a formula bar. This is called formula bar. And then you see equals sign, SUM, open parenthesis, B4 column, O4, and then close parenthesis. This is a function. A function formula is not a simple formula. This is a function formula because he has something after the equal sign. Whenever you see an operation without anything after the equal sign, it's a simple formula. Now it's a function formula because Excel is about formulas and functions. Formulas are operation that you just type in whatever you need and then you do it. Formulas are elements that already existed in Excel, you just apply them. Right now, we are applying the adding, the sum formulas. We're adding B4 to O4, and then we press enter. Now, for the month of January, you spent or I spent $2,744.29. And then the beauty about Excel, we're not gonna do each one of those months manually. We can copy the formula. We copy the formula down, okay? We copy it down up to December. Okay, we copied it up to December. Now we know how much money I spent or you spent last year for your expense every month. Those are my expenses. Okay, let's add up to see how much I did pay last year for my house. Okay, I'm gonna do the exact same thing, but right now I'm gonna use it manually. I'm gonna type equal sign SUM open parenthesis. I press shift, I hold down the shift key and I press parenthesis open. Now I know the first number is located in B4, B4, and then I know I have to select the whole range. Then this represent the range, and then the last one gonna be in B15. Okay, and then I have to close the parenthesis. Now, as you can see, you see from B4 to B15 is highlighted. Then there is a blue border around it. Okay, and then I can press enter. I can just click on this little check. That means enter. I gonna click on it. I can just click on it. This is what I'm going to do by clicking on that little enter key right there. Then it give me the total. Now I can see last month I paid $16,645.44 for houses only for my mortgage. Okay. Now I'm gonna copy the formula equals using the fill handle up to there. Now I can see how much money I spent last year for electricity, how much I did pay for utilities, how much I did pay for car payments, how much I did pay for car insurance, and so forth. Okay. This total right there in row 16 represent your spending for the year per item. Now, this spending in P4 represent row 4 for the month. That's how much you spent per month, or for this specific month, which was January. Now, let's add up everything that you spent for the year. I'm gonna using autofill again, and I'm gonna use it by clicking on. Now let's add up all those expenses for each month to know how much money I spent last year. I click on Sigma again, editing group, click on that Sigma, and then you see it highlights everything from P4 to P6, P15, P4 to P15. Okay, then I press enter on the keyboard. Now I can see that I spent $28,276.79 last year as expenses or as expense. Okay. Now, kind of look pretty good. Now let's format the sheet so it can look something better. Okay. Now I'm gonna format everything to make it look very nice. Okay. Now I click cell A1. Remember also Excel is made of columns and rows. Columns are A, B, C, D, and so forth. Rows are 1, 2, 3 going down. Okay. Right now, Excel also use what we call cell. A cell is a combination of columns and rows. Rows and columns create cell. Whenever you click on something, on anywhere you click in a cell. And then that cell happens to have a name. That name is up there. Right now, I click in cell A1. Okay, now the sheet start from A1 to P1. I'm gonna have to center household expenses and monthly expenses through the sheet itself from A to P. I click on that, it's cell A1. I go up to, I click and hold the mouse to select it. And then I look into alignment group. This is this group, alignment group. I look for this element, merge and center. I'm gonna make all of those cells become one and center it at the same time. Okay, this is what I did for A1. Now everything become A1. I'm gonna do the exact same thing for A2. I click and hold up to P2. Alignment group, click, merge and center. There you go. Okay. Now I'm gonna change the size of our household expenses. In font group, I click in the font face area, then I choose this one. Okay. And then font size, I make it that big. And then from there, font group still, I'm gonna change the background. I click on there, and then I choose that. You can pick any color that you want. Me, I'm making it my own way. Okay, depending on what you like or which colors that you like. Okay, I'm gonna make it something like this. Okay, I bold it. I'm going to do the exact same thing for A2. I'm gonna decrease that to 10. I can use bigger A or small a. That decrease or increase. Decrease it to 10 and then italic. I'm still using font group. All of those are commands that belong to that group. And this group belong to home tab. Home tab, all of those on top of there are tabs. Each tabs has its own group. Each group has its own command. Right now, I'm using home tab, font group, and then those commands. Let's change the background for A2 as well. Okay, I pick this one and then leave it like that, italic. Okay. Now let's do the exact same thing for row 3. Okay, I click B3, hold my mouse up to O3. Okay, go back there again. I do something like this, and then I'm gonna choose white. Okay, if I do not like that color, I can just click there and then go back and pick something like this. Okay, and then now for the total, I have to make something different. Then I have to center it as well. Alignment group, center. I'm gonna make it outstanding like this. White, 11, even 12. Okay. Now, since I'm doing the total, let me do the total right there. A16, same thing, 12, and then bold. Now, let's do the bottom, which is where the total per item is located for every month in terms of items. Okay. And I'm gonna choose a border. I click font group. I'm still using font group, borders. Now I'm gonna look for something that says top and double bottom. Now, as you can see, it adds something for me. Okay. Now let's add different colors in each one of those sections. Now I'm gonna pick something very light. Or let's change the bottom color, the total. Then let's pick something like this. Okay. Remember, this is just for you to see the changes. You can add something, you can remove it, or you can redo it. You can do it whichever way you want to. Now, let's add up borders for everything. Okay. You highlight everything, I click everything, and then I hold my mouse. I hold the mouse, and then I go to font group, and then borders, and then I choose this one, all borders. Okay, become like this. Let's do this one by itself. You can do it all at once. You can choose to do some or do the rest after. And then let's do this one now, this section. You see? And then let's decrease the size of this section to 9 or 10. Okay. Let's change the color of this section to outstanding because it is where your total are located. Okay. Now, as you can see, all of those are numbers, but you cannot tell if it is dollars or something else. Let's add the dollar sign. I click to select all numbers. Okay. I can just click this one right there in number group, but I'm gonna do it a different way. After highlighting everything, you right click in the shaded area. You have a menu. In that menu, you click Format Cells. You have a dialog box. This element is called a dialog box. Each one of those are tabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This dialog box has 6 tabs, but we're gonna use number tab. Then we're gonna go for currency. Then number of decimals gonna remain 2 because we only have 2 decimals. The symbols that we are using, it's dollar. And then we're gonna pick anything. Let's pick the positive one. Okay, I click. As you can see, it adds the dollar sign next to each one of those numbers. Instead of saying numbers now, you can say value. Each value has a dollar sign next to it, has the dollar sign next to it. Let's change the background of this element right there. Okay. Let's change the background up to there. Let's find something very pale, very nice, or something like this. Okay. Starting to make sense now. Okay. Let's see if we can change the foreground. The foreground is the color that you pick up front. Okay. Let's see if we can. You can move your mouse just like that to find the best match. Okay. I pick this one. Let's bold this one. Send this one. This is row. This is the total. That's a very important row. Let's do P16. Okay. This is the total. Okay, let's add this color, this one. Okay. And then let's make it yellow like this. Now, since this is, they cannot look alike like this, let's change that one. Okay. We're gonna change it this way, and then we make it something like this. Okay. Now we have the item title, and then we have the total, how much money you spent for the month with all items combined. Okay. With all items combined. Okay. Basically, we can say that we finish. This is how you create a monthly, yearly expenses using Excel. Okay. You can do that per weekly if you want to. You can do that monthly. You can do that whichever way you want. Okay. Now let's center each one of those items as well because they're not centered yet. Okay, and then right now you just create a sheet in Excel. Now let's change the name at the bottom. We double click and then let's call it monthly, yearly expense. Let's say now you have more than one sheet. You can change the color of each one of those by right clicking any of those sheets you may have. And then you click on tab color and then let me pick this color. I just pick it. You can pick any color that you want. Okay. Now we have our workbook ready. This is a workbook. If you can see on top, this is book 1. Okay, let's change the name to call it monthly yearly expenses. I click on file. Okay, then save as, then browse, and then I choose the location where I want to save it, desktop, and then I'm gonna type what I want to call it. I'm gonna call it monthly yearly expense 2020. Press enter. And then as you can see on top is no longer book 1, it's called monthly yearly expenses 2020. Okay, now let's say you want to print it out. Okay, you can preview it up there. This area it's called quick access toolbar. It can be customized whichever way you want by clicking on that little drop down arrow. You expand it. You can add any of those elements up there. Let's try this one. I add this one. Okay, now let's preview your project, your household expenses, how it will look like as a hard copy. I'm gonna click on print preview. Now you notice that you only see part of it. This is a portrait. Okay, this is a portrait orientation. You can change it right there by clicking on that, or you can go back. You go to page layout, group page setup, and then orientation command, drop down arrow, you click landscape. Now let's preview it again. You still cannot see everything. Let's go back again. I go back, page setup, and then this little element, it's called launcher. Page setup launcher, I click on it. A dialog box opens up. Now I'm looking for something that says fit to, meaning it's gonna fit all those data in one page. I click it and I say okay. Now let's preview it again. Now as you can see, I can see everything now. Okay. Now I can check everything in this area. I can check which printer, if you have more than one, which printer you're gonna send the copy to print to. Okay. There you can select how many pages you're gonna need. There you can change the size letter paper. You can do your margin, you can do whatever you need in that area, and then you click print. We're not gonna click print right now. And then I'm gonna go back again. This is it. Now I'm gonna click save. Basically, you are done creating your household expenses, monthly to yearly expenses. So again, you can do that every month. You can do that every week. Excel is a powerful application that allows you to do those things. Right now, let's do something different with that. Now you know how much money you spent for the year. Okay, let's calculate something else. Let's say that you have a yearly net income. A yearly net income. Okay, net income of $35,000. Okay. And then you have an yearly expenses of $28,276.75. Now, we don't need to type it manually. You can copy this right there by typing equal sign, and then you click where you have the total that you want. That's it. And then you press enter. Okay. You repeat itself in wherever you want it to be. Right now, in that case, I want my total. I want this total to be located again or to repeat itself in F18. Now, what was my saving for the year? Okay. Now, I know that I have a net income of $35,000 and an expense of 28,276.79. How much did I save from that $35,000 that I made last year? Again, remember, in Excel, whenever you need to do an operation, you start with equal sign. Okay? Now, equal sign, I'm gonna subtract my expenses from my net income. Now, net income minus expenses equal. Now, I save for the year $6,723.21. Okay, let's increase B18 so we can see everything. Okay, let's make those the heading outstanding. Okay. Those are my expense. This one is my net income, money that I earned last year. Okay, let's do it, change a different color like this. Okay, we're gonna keep the expenses the same colors so you can keep track. Okay, and we're gonna make our saving as a victory color red. Let's add white. Okay, now this is it. As you can see, your household expenses sheet look pretty nice, pretty neat. It represents from B4 to O15 your expenses for the year. Those total up to $28,276.79 for the year. And then you earned an amount of $35,000 for the year as well. Then from that amount, you spent that much, $28,276.79, and you save $6,723 and $23.21. So this is a good way to keep track on your expenses. Depends on the type of business you have. You may create your own personal sheet to keep track of your money, to keep track of everything that you may want to keep when it comes to money. So I hope that was helpful to you guys. And then this is it. And thank you for your time. I hope you enjoy it. Bye bye.